Oh, hey there. As a teacher, I love my students and I want to see them all succeed. I've been looking for a way to accelerate their Lexile reading gains. But is there a literacy instruction solution out there that not only accelerates learning across subject areas, but is equally effective for all students, despite how complex and different their individual needs are? Take my class, for example. Alex gets frustrated because English is his second language. Sophia struggles to keep up with the class, shaking her confidence and making her hate reading. And James excels at reading, but seems to get bored when he isn't challenged enough. How they learn and grow now will have a massive impact on their futures. To be college and career ready, students need to read at the 1300 Lexile level. But by their senior year of high school, most read between a 910 and a 1210. Here to help is Achieve 3000. It's a literacy platform of solutions for all learners with the tools and content educators need for a precisely differentiated approach to instruction in science, social studies, and English language arts. So how does Achieve 3000 benefit students who learn at different paces in unique ways? It starts with a commitment to equity. Achieve 3000 delivers differentiated content and customizable support for linguistically diverse learners, from struggling to advanced. ESL students like Alex are given the support they need, and Sophia will not only catch up to her classmates but continually progress. Achieve 3000's Just Right, Just on Time methodology means an accelerated track to learning, where ongoing assessments continually monitor students' progress and give teachers like me real-time data on their development. As a student progresses from one reading level to the next, Achieve 3000's unique patented technology continually tailors content to their individual growth. Students who use Achieve 3000 can attain up to 3 times their expected Lexile gains over the course of a single school year. Achieve 3000 supports much deeper learning too, by pushing students to use critical thinking and reflection through fresh and engaging content. Learners like James, who already excel in reading, will also grow in their ability to synthesize and problem solve. The results are clear. Research rated strong by Evidence for ESSA has proven that Achieve 3000 positively affects students' performance on state assessments while increasing student engagement, participation, and confidence. On top of all of that, I love that Achieve 3000 is flexible and highly customizable. They have around 2 decades of experience partnering with every kind of district, school, and classroom. With the help of Achieve 3000, James, Sophia, and Alex are all bound for college and the careers of their dreams. And I have a real partner in the classroom to accelerate learning for all of my students.
I love being a teacher. My kids are amazing in so many ways. But finding the time to give them extra help when they need it, or additional challenges when they're ready, is really tough. There's just not enough time to do it all. That's where Dreambox comes in. It automatically differentiates for all of my students, helping them make sense of math in new ways. The personalization makes math relevant to them while building conceptual understanding and fluency. The engaging, fun environment and immediate feedback motivates them to continue learning. It's great for my kids, and it's great for me. I no longer spend my time searching for resources and customizing assignments. It's all there. Dreambox gives me a powerful way to support my curriculum while meeting the individual needs of every student. I can access up-to-date data about my class's progress and understanding. Dreambox shows me when a student hasn't started a concept and when additional support or challenge is needed. I can then create assignments for the whole class or individual students. And the best part is, each student receives lessons adapted to their individual needs. So when Luis is learning about right triangles and protractors, Dreambox is helping Ryan learn key geometry terms. Meanwhile, Alicia is able to explore the Pythagorean theorem. It's easier to deliver the differentiation my students deserve, at the level and pace that's right for them. And it gives me more time to do what I love, to teach. I chose Dreambox because it builds confidence and creates learning experiences that just aren't possible with paper and pencil, video lectures, or digitized worksheets. I keep Dreambox because the results are real. My students have better test scores and it's easy to see their progress. But more importantly, they understand that math is much more than answering a bunch of multiple choice questions. Now, my students are inspired by math and the incredible things they can do with it. And I know I'm helping them achieve more than ever before. That's the Dreambox difference.
Everyone knows coaching works, but how do you really know if it's working for you? Well, now you can know. And you can take that growth to the next level with eGrow Coach, powered by Engage to Learn. With this app-based coaching platform, educators can set the goals that are right for them, identify key areas for growth, and document progress all along the way. With real-time collaborative coaching, coaches and educators can stay organized and focused on the task at hand. It provides detailed records that allow coaches to recognize educators for their growth via badges and micro-credentials. And it provides rubrics that help educators track their growth and thousands of professional learning resources so coaches can provide personalized support along the way. No other platform offers the data, performance, and results of eGrow Coach. Everything is housed in a growth portfolio so you know how it works. Request a demo today at egrowcoach.org.
Here at Newsela, we know that content is undergoing a transformation. Traditional ways of receiving content, such as textbooks, just aren't cutting it anymore, leaving teachers to spend hours scouring the internet for resources that may or may not be vetted and certainly aren't differentiated. We at Newsela really want to leave teachers to be doing what they do best, which is teach. We also know, however, that we are not the people in the best position to know how to support your teachers and students best. You know that. And so what Custom Collections is all about is about us partnering with you. We provide the content and you tell us how you want it organized and what resources you want to supplement. The way that it works is we start with our bread and butter, what Newsela is. We have great, engaging current events content as well as core resource content such as primary sources. We publish all of our texts at 5 different reading levels and we make it relatable for students. We use over 100 content partners to provide rigorous instructional content. And then we partner with you to learn about your needs, review your curriculum, pilot the resources, and then deliver you a full year's worth of content. Districts across the country have used Custom Collections to support their needs across these subject areas. You can see there are a wide variety of them. However, in Ohio, we've noticed 3 specific trends that I'd like to highlight. First, the changes in the social studies standards have driven districts to consider how can they shift their social studies instruction to better incorporate inquiry and drive towards the C3 framework. Second, the adoption of SEL standards is top of everyone's mind, and everyone is looking for content both to support the direct instruction of SEL, but also to find ways to integrate SEL instruction across all subject areas so that students know that SEL is not just something that they practice in one class, but it's something that they should apply to their lives. And then the third trend that we're noticing is that districts are driving towards integrating literacy across all subject areas to make sure that students read and don't just leave their ELA skills in the ELA classroom. So we've seen several Ohio districts approach it a variety of different ways. However, Gahanna Jefferson does it in a very interesting way. They partnered with us to build out a 6th grade social studies curriculum. They provided us with their supporting inquiry questions, and then we helped find the content that is aligned to those questions, as well as we built out activities so that students can use reading to learn about social studies. We build in extension activities, and it's always aligned to the Ohio standards of learning. Additionally, we build out a culminating activity to align better to the C3 framework. You can see here supporting questions, and then an implementation guide for teachers and a suggested pathway for how they should use these instructional sets to support the culminating activity. All of this is meant to be very flexible. We never want a situation where students are spending 60 minutes of every class period just sitting on Newsela. We hope that reading is the foundation, and then teachers can use that and use their great skill at designing exciting lessons for students in ways that allow them to drive the learning. So this was Hannah Jefferson's approach. How will you approach meeting the challenges that Ohio has posed?
Schools around the world are struggling with ways to try and figure out how to continue to improve education and also get a grasp on the vaping epidemic that's going on. We're finding kids through K through 12 are unfortunately vaping and doing harm to their bodies. So we as a company look for an organization or another company we can partner with to get a turnkey, seamless integration as we bring our IoT FlySense vape detectors to market. So partnering with Ruckus allows us to do that.
I've been teaching in Virginia for the last 10 years. And we've seen a great increase in the number of kids who are starting to use any kind of drugs, but now they're starting to bring them into the schools. And even in the past year, we've had students vaping during assemblies and leaving their actual vaping devices and mechanisms in classrooms and in the hallway.
We have a big issue with vaping at our school district. I'm very interested to learn how Ruckus can help me prevent that in the schools, and it's just ongoing. That's the only way to describe it. We have students, at least the high schools, probably 5 or 6 students a day they're catching with vape pens.
We've had lots of students that have been caught vaping in our schools. What they do is they'll sneak it underneath their sweatshirts, and then they take they vape underneath there and then just blow it out underneath there, thinking that they're not going to get caught. It is an epidemic. It's becoming worse, and whatever the kids can get away with, they're going to try to get away with. I think a device like you guys have would be awesome, because then we'd automatically be alerted to it. It wouldn't be something we had to maybe possibly catch. We could for sure catch them, and that would be great.
In 2018, the U.S. Surgeon General declared a teen health epidemic, and that's vaping. Vaping is the use of e-cigarettes in schools, and unfortunately, many schools are trying to satisfy that today by extending their teachers and faculty to try to monitor this kind of behavior in areas where you may not be able to put cameras or other types of devices because of privacy issues. So what Ruckus is trying to do is ensure that we provide a platform for innovation for things like environmental sensing that would allow you to solve this problem in a more automated fashion, take that pressure and relieve it off the teachers, and let them really focus on their job. And that's where we've partnered with Solder Technologies.
The power of the Scholastic Literacy Digital Suite is immeasurable. First, through its ability to provide equitable, personalized learning for all students across phonemic awareness and phonics, vocabulary and word study, and independent reading, anytime, anywhere. Second, in its ability to provide robust data that will allow educators to differentiate in every area of their literacy classroom, supporting whole class instruction by providing an understanding of common challenges, as well as insight on the class's background knowledge of a topic. Or, in small group, delivering a powerful new way to group students by more than reading level. Starting with Scholastic First, teachers can quickly sort their class by phonological skill proficiency, and to take it a step further, can drill into each student's profile to determine which sounds they're having specific challenges with. Moving into Scholastic Word, teachers can then look at their students' proficiency with vocabulary skills. By selecting a skill, teachers can group students by learning, practicing, and proficient. But it would not be complete if we did not also take into account students' reading levels and comprehension skills. Teachers can always start with their Next Step Guided Reading Assessment grouping data, looking at students' guided reading levels. Or, in Literacy Pro, looking at a student's Lexile score, as well as their most recent Think More scores on comprehension. To help personalize guided reading book selections even more, check out students' interests and recent books that they have read. This will allow teachers to have all the data they need to select the best title from both a skill and interest perspective. By going into the Leveled Bookroom Accelerator and searching for that just right book, across multiple skills, at specific levels, ensuring the most authentic small group instruction possible. And finally, by giving administrators the evidence and detail they need to support teachers, ensure student skill proficiency and transfer to independence, all while justifying their investment in scholastic literacy, creating independent thinkers, readers, and writers.
From the moment we opened the Design 39 campus here in San Diego, we knew we were doing something revolutionary. As the founding principal, I knew we needed a platform to help make our vision of personalized learning a reality. We found Thrively. Thrively is a personalized learning platform that develops the whole child. It brings together 4 key components that are essential for personalized learning: self-awareness, finding purpose, building grit, and creating impact. Thrively built the industry's first strength assessment, measuring 23 strength areas including resilience, leadership, creative thinking, and more. It takes 30 to 40 minutes to complete, and every student will receive a profile that is positive and uplifting. You will see the whole child, and your students will use it as a springboard to greater self-awareness. Best of all, research shows that students are 30 times more engaged when their educators know their strengths. The next step is to help students find purpose. Thrively's pathways make career explorations fun and accessible with informative and inspirational videos that can bring careers to life. Activity recommendations show students what they can do right now in their local community. We know that students who believe that IQ grows and persist through challenges are proven to find success. That's why schools use Thrively's values and skills to build grit and growth mindset in students. Students build enduring values like grit, gratitude, self-awareness, and purpose. They also participate in online exercises that inspire social impact and expose kids to the 4 C's. As students identify their passions, teachers create hands-on, real-world learning experiences to bring those interests to life. So join the 20,000 educators that are using Thrively to personalize learning. Go to www.thrively.com/classroom and sign up today.
Day by day, digitalization helps simplify many of our tasks. But are these improvements adapted to the teaching and learning of math and science? Today's tools face many challenges. For example, writing a formula in your education apps may not be so easy for teachers and students, and creating exercises for STEM subjects that need equations as answers or different units of measurement can be almost impossible. With Wirus, you have the tools to digitalize the learning experience of STEM subjects and to transform the possibilities your educational platform can offer. Wirus boosts the digitalization of math and science teaching. Use MathType to create and edit equations. Both teachers and students can do it on any device. And it goes with your favorite applications, such as Word, Google Docs, Moodle, Canvas, and many more. With MathType, you'll have many features for easily editing and inserting equations. You and your students will also be able to customize the editing options and get professional quality results. Or even better, you'll be able to handwrite equations and see how they instantly transform into typeset digital content, which you can go back and edit just as easily. Move your equations from theory to practice and evaluate your students' skills in an easy way. With Wirus Quizzes, you will create quizzes within your LMS. Wirus Quizzes understands the language of mathematics. This means your students will be able to answer your questions naturally, and our software will handle different equivalent answers. As an instructor, you will tailor feedback to each answer. You will show the student why they have answered wrong or which steps they should have followed. And speaking of adaptation, we develop our tools in compliance with accessibility standards. Make your STEM subjects completely ready for this digital age. Wirus, empowering digital education with mathematics.